Merry flu season, everyone. This is the time of year when we start to see a ramp up in the number of respiratory viruses. Going around right now, we have respiratory syncytial virus, we have influenza virus, and we have coronavirus. Fortunately, here in Atlanta, none of these are at epidemic proportions, but it's coming. And almost always we see a big spike in flu season locally around the holidays. There are many reasons for that. One is that our days are getting shorter until December 21st. During that low daylight time, our skin makes less vitamin D and our vitamin D levels tank, increasing our likelihood of contracting respiratory viruses. In addition, we tend to be indoors more and we tend to share germs with each other more, and we tend to be out at the stores doing a lot of shopping, touching grocery carts and other places that other people have touched with their germy hands. So I wanted to share with you these things that I have in my medicine cabinet at all times. I use some of these daily for prevention, some if I get exposed, that I've had a known exposure, and some that are my go-to, what do I do if I start to get sick? So I wanted to kind of go over these and tell you why I do them and what they're for. So my first trick is this Real Immunity Influenza Coronavirus Homeopathic Remedy. Unfortunately, the owner of this company passed away this year, and I think the company has folded. We haven't confirmed that, and I think this may be the last bottle that we have in the practice. So if it is, normally this is about a 3 to 5 year supply for a family, but what we might do is just break it up if anybody wants to come in and just give you a few until we figure out how we're going to replace. But this is homeoprophylaxis. So it's a way you can prevent your body from reacting when it gets exposed to these viruses, both influenza and coronavirus, the common cold virus as well as cold. And should you get sick, we put it over here in the symptom category, and we'll talk about that when we get there. Also for prevention, daily vitamin D. Most people need 5,000 international units of vitamin D to keep their serum blood level up between 55 and 80, which seems to be the best flu protection blood level. I take my multivitamin daily for various obvious reasons, and then additional vitamin C. If you don't know your dose of vitamin C, to get to 100% vitamin C in your urine, you can do a vitamin C challenge test, a flush test. The way you do that is use this powder, mix it in water, drink it until your bowels flush. Then you know a little less than that is your daily dose of vitamin C. Once you've determined that, we also have it in a tablet that may be more convenient, but we know vitamin C supports our immune system's ability to fight colds and flu. So that's in my daily things. Now, if I'm out and about, if I'm traveling, if I've been around somebody who's been sick, or if a patient coughed in my face that was sick with cold and flu, then I start using these things. Salt water to make a neti pot nasal rinse and saltwater gargle. I use Xclear nasal spray, which contains grapefruit seed extract and xylitol. Xylitol has antiviral properties. It also helps normalize the flora, the microbiome of our nose, to keep it strong and healthy. And in pre-COVID days, they showed a 90% risk reduction in contracting coronavirus with the daily use of Xclear nasal spray. That's an absolute must for me when I travel on a plane. I always do Xclear right before I get on the plane, as soon as I get to my destination, and then throughout the trip and on my way back home. Argentyn 23 is a silver spray. Silver has antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal properties, so it's really useful for anything up in your sinuses that shouldn't be there. So those are what I use when I get exposed. Now, let's say despite all that, I start to feel a little yucky. I feel that flu thing coming on, the muscle aches, a low-grade fever, and often the cold virus will gradually come upon you, but a flu virus slams you like a ton of bricks. You're well 1 hour and sick the next. That's when I reach for Viracid. This is my ace up my sleeve, 2 capsules every hour for 8 doses, and usually in one day I'm 60 to 80% better. And I do 2 capsules 2 or 3 times a day for the next couple of days until I'm gone. I think everyone should have Viracid in their cabinet all the time. It does have a high amount of vitamin A and D, so when I'm taking my mega dosing, I don't usually dose my daily vitamin D. I instead use 50,000 vitamin D. I call this my vitamin D Z pack. I take 50,000 twice a day for 3 days. plus Viracid. So this is high dose A, high dose D, and a bunch of herbs that help boost my immune system and knock that sucker out of my body. This is one of my other favorite remedies, Throat and Gland Spray by NATURA. I love this product. I use this product when I'm speaking a lot. It really, if I get that tickle cough in the back of my throat because of some environmental anything, this stuff is so soothing. It's got propolis from bees in it. It's healing and sealing, so it helps settle the throat. It reduces sore throat better than about anything we've ever seen. We love this throat and gland spray. And then I also reach back into my homeopathic and I dose this 3 pellets every 1 to 2 hours for a couple of days. And with that, I haven't had a symptomatic cold or flu since the COVID pandemic, and hope to keep it that way. So those are things all of us should have in our medicine cabinets at all times, just in case we need them, because you're always going to get sick on a holiday or a weekend when we're closed. So you want to make sure you have this stuff in stock. And thanks for watching. Dr. Ellie Campbell, Campbell Family Medicine.